Hey guys, what's up? Scythe here. Another episode of Bounty Hunter Tips and Tricks. I want to go over the talent tree today. Next episode I'm going to do toolbar, hotkeys, maybe a little bit slight with the rotation, showing you how the different hotkeys work. But let's do the skill tree. Alright, right now I'm running 31, 8, 2, 31 in Arsenal. I've sub-spec'd into Pyrotech, and then 2 points in Bodyguard. Alright, starting off, you really don't have much options here. You definitely are avoiding healing received, healing done, unless you're doing some kind of, I don't know, off-tanking or your full Bodyguard. So you want your missile damage and your power shot damage. Basically this is giving you a bonus to 2 of your skills. 3 points in aim. This is just less aim. You'll have to be worried about later on with your stats, and you'll actually be able to get rid of aim later. And possibly you could get rid of one of these points, but really there's no need to get rid of this. I mean, you would have to take a point in healing received, which is just a waste. So I recommend just taking it off of your gear and your aim, instead of getting rid of the talent here. Alright, you have a upgrade here to upgrade your arsenal. Basically it's upgrading all your cylinders, velocity, just your things. You should always be using high velocity gas cylinder. It's the only cylinder that actually it increases your armor penetration for all your abilities. It says nothing in there about just blasters, and all the other ones, the tooltip is just blasters. So this definitely works on missiles. I've tested it, so that's definitely the buff you want. So that buffs that. Reduce the heat cost of power shot and tracer missile. The tracer missile is your main ability, so you want to get that. Reduces the pushback suffered while activating power shot, tracer missile, unload. Unload is one of your procs you use. Tracer missile is your main ability, so this is great. Over here, the box you're not getting is an endurance and healing received. This is another, you could sub-spec if you're bodyguard and get that. It's really not needed for us unless you're doing some kind of side tank / roll. But yeah, you don't really need that. Increase the critical strike bonus of unload heat seekers. Unload again is your proc ability with your blasters, so increasing the crits, excellent. Heat seeker missiles is your main finisher, and it's in your rotation on the run also, so you definitely want that. Tracer missile, your main ability, puts a heat signature on the target, reducing their armor 4% per stack. You'll see later you'll start gaining 2 armor reducing debuffs per tracer missile. So that's really good to have. Best ability, one of the best in the talent tree. It's your most used ability. I keep calling it talent trades, just old WoW habit. Pushback, this is your rocket punch. It's gonna make it have a pushback, knocks the target back several meters. It's not as good as jet boost, but it's still good. And also in addition, it boosts jet boost by 4 meters, so this is great, have to have. And this is a new one I just started running. Power shot and tracer missile have a 100% chance to grant a barrier that reduces damage taken by 2%. You're thinking 2%. Stacks 5 times though, so that's 10% damage reduction. You're always firing tracer missiles, so you always have this 10% damage reduction. Well, you're thinking that's not a lot. But at level 50, when you're completely capped out on expertise and you have 15% damage reduction, here's an extra 10% that you can't do without. That's just too much of an advantage. So you definitely want to get that. Here's another buff to high velocity cylinder. It's basically critical hits with missiles and unload have a 100% chance to vent 8 heat. Yeah, the less heat, the more uptime you have on target. So this is definitely, you want this. Tracer missile now applies the additional heat signature. That's what I was talking about. Reduces the cooldown of jet boost. That's your main blowback against melee, even though it's not much, you still get it. And cuts 30 seconds off your trinket, which gets you out of all movement impairing CC basically. Alright, the next one is tracer missile grants a target lock, increasing your rail shot. So basically, for every tracer missile fired, you get another debuff on the target, which is making another proc. So after 5 tracer missiles, you have 5 stacks, increasing rail shot by 6% per stack damage, the damage dealt by rail shot. So this is really good. Most of the time it'll end up as your last ability in your rotation to kill somebody, to finish them off with a rail shot with that mega damage that you gain from that. It's really nice. Vent 8 heat vent heat regeneration. I got tongue-tied. 7% of your maximum health over 10 seconds. Why not? I mean, there's nothing else to get, so this is useful. Top you off sometimes. Increase the damage dealt by unload. This is one of your best procs. It's really good. Increasing the damage. It's outstanding. Unload hitting the target with a snare for 2 seconds. Like I said, there's nothing else really to get up here. We don't have a lot of options, so you definitely want this little snare. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it's useless. Power shot, tracer missile have a 30% chance to finish the cooldown on unload, increasing the damage dealt by the next unload by 25%. This is great. This is the proc I was telling you about in the rotation video. I'll put an annotation up showing the rotation video, and I talk about these procs a little bit better between these two, but that's one of your main abilities. This box is basically where I'm getting the 2 points for power barrier. That's where I had them, and this is just useless now that I looked over it again. Reduces the cooldown of one of your CC abilities, which is a cast that is just stupid. Damage breaks it, and if it was an instant cast like the Inquisitors turns out to be, this would be a really cool ability, but not being a 2-second cast, you shouldn't use this unless you're PvEing or certain situations. It's just really a waste. Heat Seeker missiles, the finisher. This damage is increased by 5% per heat signature on the target. Yet again, tracer missile lining up those heat signatures on the target, making a proc for heat seeking. So that's basically another finisher, and if they don't die from that, you'll put 2 more tracers on them and finish them with a rail shot. So heat seeker is a really nice finisher. Over here, you don't really have anything good other than this box. So you can reduce the cast time on your abilities. I tried this. It lowers it by like 0.02. I'm trying to get a full medic suit with this, as I get random pieces, and maybe one day this may be usable with this little thing here, but right now it only reduces it by like 0.02, so not unless I stack more of it, it's going to do a lot. So right now I'm avoiding this, and this is the build for the time being. Increases damage and tech accuracy by 3%. Why not? You have nothing else to get. Increases endurance. A little more hit points, never hurt anybody. In this one, you have a 100% chance to vent 8 heat. So when you're stunned, incapacitated, knocked back, it basically gives you a little breathing room, vents some heat, just helping your overall heat level go down, so you can get back on the offensive. Vent now immediately vents additional 16 heat. This is very important. It'll boost your vent heat quite a bit and makes it a lot better of a skill. So 31-8, and yeah, just pause this video and you can actually see where the points are and stuff if you want to match my spec identical. Let me know what you're running and what you think about this, and always subscribe, and I'll have some more PvP footage and more strategies coming out soon.